All right, we are back. We've been refreshing. Yes, I was playing some Pokerogue. These are all the patch notes, and there's something I want to get to the legends first, and then I'll hit everything else after, and some other interesting stuff they drop. So Ash is getting an Arc Snare. It is changed to a left-hand cast. I think before it was her right hand. No longer stows weapon or interrupts consumable when launching. So this way you're gonna be able to pop a bat, and it's just gonna be way better. She's gonna be a lot more. You're gonna see a lot more Ashes, and it's almost like how Bangalore plays, where you can pop a bat and smoke still. You're gonna be able to like shoot and snare somebody and like still provide cover, and like you're not gonna just be vulnerable throwing a frisbee in the air anymore. It's about time, huh? Allowing Ash to fire her arc snare with her offhand has been something we've wanted to do for a while now. Holstering and redrawing her weapons to use the same snare put Ash at a disadvantage in combat and minimized a lot of her play options. Ash should now be much more active with her snare and apply pressure more aggressively when successful. Cool. I like these little dev notes. I think it's actually almost on everything. So we might read over them very quickly, or we might skip them. Ballistic. Whistler damage changed from a planted smart bullet increased to 10. It was 5. I guess this is kind of cool. It's now a bang smoke once it hits. Or I guess the old bang smoke damage. Upgrades. Care package insight removed. He's now has... This actually, I heard about this. This seems pretty cool for ballistic. New slingshot improves ballistics base sling weapon to a blue set at level 2 and a purple set at level 3. So this weapon in your sling is going to get upgraded as you upgrade your armor. This is kind of crazy. Dev note, we're replacing a lackluster perk with something more interesting, especially for those ballistic players that like tapping into their sling weapons in non-alt scenarios. When I played ballistic as a controller player, I do sometimes find myself forgetting that I have a third weapon, or like sometimes being in the ult that he does, popping my third weapon and then forgetting I have my other 2 guns and how to get back to my sling weapon. So hopefully this will kind of make that interaction a lot better. That's kind of all I have to say for that. This should be fun. A little ballistic buff. 3 tack related upgrades is plenty. Let's make some room for that third weapon. Cool. And then you can see the changes here. Bloodhound, Beast of the Hunt. Cooldown increased to 4 meters. What's 3 meters? Or 4 minutes. That's his ult. Okay, his ultimate it now has an extra minute longer, which is not terrible. And knocks with ult active no longer extend duration. Okay, they're like destroying his ult because his ult was really good and people were hoarding ultic cells. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know if that's a good one or a bad one. I think it might be a little excessive, but hey. Upgrade 3, tactical cooldown is removed and taste of blood. Buffed HP gain on knock to 50 was 25. So now you're going to get half your health back in a Bloodhound ult. And knocks extend Beast of the Hunt duration. Oh, okay. So now you can shoot. Your third perk is pretty much your ult. It messes only with your ult now, no tactical cooldowns. I think they're kind of moving all the ultimates to the level 3 stuff, and then a lot of the level 2 perks are going to be having to do with the tacticals. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Dev note, Beast of the Hunt has a lot of power baked into it, considering perfect vision through smoke, increased move speed, and a generous extension timer. I don't know what the timer was before. We wanted to break that down to see if players lean into a specific playstyle and axe the uninteresting hidden power of a decreased tack cooldown. Yeah, okay. Bloodhound synergizes very well with 2 of the most popular legends at the comp level. I like how they never give the other legend's name or like put them in parentheses to kind of like know who people are talking about. They always leave it very open-ended. But we want to be mindful of their appeal across skill bands. We're not doing anything big to this approachable legend until we gauge their place at the top and in a Digi-free world. Okay, that's fair. We don't know what it's going to be like without Digi, but I think Bloodhound's going to get better like I was thinking earlier. Catalyst, Piercing Spikes. Cooldown increased to 20 seconds, was 25, so I guess her spikes are going to be being able to throw more of them. Long cast upgrade integrated into base tactical. Okay, so they just gave her a lot of buffs. Dark Veil length increased to 45. Yep, they're like, okay, we want Catalyst to be played more. We're throwing some buffs at her. Let's see how she plays. Long cast removed, long veil. So another new perk, I think. Long veil moved to level 2. So you can have interact with your ult at blue armor instead of waiting for purple. New Pharaoh Door. Fully rebuild and reinforce missing doors with passive. This seems really cool. And I kind of want to see how that plays out. Let's read the dev note here because I'm actually a little interested. Catalyst could use some love after her ult nerfs and sister spikes. Is it Sinister? Okay. Sister Spikes needs some... Oh, that's her name maybe. Needs some competition. hopefully making attack charges more available with a baseline cooldown buff and creating a situationally strong alternative via passive upgrades helps strike a balance. Now that the ult upgrades are decoupled, there's some difficult choices to make at both levels that we suspect are influenced by match flow. Will you hunker down with the friendly zone pool, or you need an upgraded wall to help with rotations? Okay, yeah, they just kind of want to see her played more and how players can use her creatively. Cool. Here's the updates if you want to read them. Caustic, gas damage and slow now stops immediately after Caustic squad's eliminated. That's awesome because there's a lot of times where you kill a Caustic, their whole team, and you're still getting hit with the gas like a whole second and a half. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes that can be the difference between when you get third partied immediately after, that little health, a little extra health, and a little extra slow, and kind of you can't see anything, can really mess you up. So now that it's gone immediately is awesome. Gas damage ramps from 4 to 10 max, was 5 to uncapped. I don't know if this means you might be able to out heal it now. Damage on knocked players down to flat 4 was 5. Okay, so they want your down players to kind of live longer in the gas, and they are capping the damage on the gas. Conduit, Radiant Transfer, can no longer target a Revenant while Forged Shadows active. Very interesting. I like this change. When Revenant activates Forged Shadows, any temporary shield regeneration ends immediately. Revenant will keep any temporary shields generated before activating his ultimate. So I think he loses it immediately, but you can... Revenant will keep any temporary shields generated. Okay. I guess that means if he's going in without full shields. Upgrades. Battery collection removed. Thank God. New backpack. Can now stack up to 3 shield batteries per inventory slot. Awesome. Doesn't stack with gold backpack. Okay, I'm glad they let us know that immediately. If not, imagine running like 4 batteries in a slot. You could hold like a bajillion. Dev note. Conduit maintains a healthy pick rate and has cemented herself as a strong supporter pick even after her last round of nerfs. We don't want to hit her effectiveness as a legend that pushes the tempo in combat. This is a targeted nerf to one of her synergies that felt more exploitable than we like. Agree. Very nice. Crypto. The 2 crypto players out there. He's got Neuralink network traffic upgrade now integrated into the base kit. So instead of a lot of the perks, I've noticed they've integrated them into the base kits for characters that kind of really sucked. So this is cool. Squad count and banners are now visible anytime the drone is in deployed state. I thought it was always like that. They must have changed it when the perk system is and kind of made them worse. Upgrades. Level 2 attack and ultimate cooldowns removed. Network expansion moved to level 2. New ping. Improved drone handling. Faster accel, decel. That's awesome because that drone should be moving. It should be zooming in and out, going across the map, like in all which different ways. But I think making it faster is pretty good. New satellite imagery. Drone scan persists for an additional 1.5 seconds. So I think maybe even after it's popped, it might last, which is kind of cool. Hackathon. Cut the drone cooldown in half. Gain a speed boost anytime he uses his ult or the drone is destroyed. They're just making players better by giving them speed boosts, and I'm all for it because you're going to see Mouse and Key players. Now, I'm telling you, Mouse and Keys players come back. We just saw Reject win the LGS Split 1. Awesome games. Love the tournament. That tournament was, I think, the most entertaining one, and I'm saying that as a TSM fan, and they placed, 16th, 17th? I don't even know. I'd like to forget about it. But let's get back to the patch notes. Mouse and keyboard players are getting a lot better, though. They're getting a lot of buffs, a lot of speed boost characters. Fuse, upgrades, Big Bang removed, new Ringmaster, gain access to ring consoles. I don't know if this is really going to make Fuse more played, but we'll see. Interesting that they're giving him ring consoles. Simplified, scar tissue, simplified, and buffed damage mitigation to remove lingering burn effects. Take a flat 20% damage when crossing the mother load instead of 37. 50% of 70. Okay, they're just changing some stuff on him. I kind of don't care. Reckless, fixed explosive damage mitigation not being applied on continuous knuckle cluster hits. Should only take about 32 damage from a full knuckle cluster hit now with Reckless. Fuse is destruction and chaos. Yep, the goal of these changes, whether it be a new strategic level upgrade or simplification of a convoluted damage model, it is to bring some method to the madness. Okay, they're cryptic. Alrighty. Newcastle. I'm actually excited for Newcastle here. Throw animation speed increase. It is now almost 3 times faster. It is 2.5 times faster, 250%. I'm over here calculating digits and decimals to all these fractions and other things. I got you guys on all the numbers here. So 2.5 times faster. That thing is going to be thrown out. And if you know, just like I was talking about how Ash earlier, Newcastle is like he's throwing a frisbee and you're waiting for it to do something. And then it lands and then it finally pops up. And by the time it pops up, your whole team's dead. So this is a great buff. Castle Wall here will now destroy incoming projectiles headed towards the front of the wall while energized. It will not destroy projectiles fired from behind the wall nor bombardments from other Legends Ultimate projectiles. This I'm excited for because it's almost like a Watson gen, but I guess only for the front half of the wall is what it sounds like here. I'm going to read that one more time because that's exactly what it sounds like. Will now destroy incoming projectiles headed towards the front of the wall while energized. It will not destroy projectiles fired from behind the wall, nor bombardments from other Legends Ultimates. So that means you can use Newcastle as the guy that gets in there and lives, and then your Bangalore from behind can throw like smokes or nades or an ult down, and it won't get destroyed, but any incoming stuff will get destroyed. This is a huge Newcastle buff. This is actually dope. Upgrade Shanghai. Increased energized duration of 3 minutes. Okay, so that thing is going to be a Watson gen in the front for 3 minutes. This might incentivize trying to shoot the wall, but I don't know how that's going to work. We'll have to see. I'm excited for this. Let's read the dev note. The castle wall's in-game strength rarely matches the grandeur of its presentation. More often than not, the wall serves as a grenade beacon to surrounding threats, knowing that Newcastle just jumped to an ally in distress. Yep, absolutely agree. An ultimate level wall should not fail as much as it does, especially on a support legend that's built around turning the tide when a squad starts losing the advantage. That's very true. Shout out 3 strikes. The wall now requires more calculated counterplay and makes the stronghold upgrade a more compelling option. I completely agree. We were also finding the long windup when tossing his mobile shield left him pretty vulnerable trying to get back to his weapon. Yes. So we've sped up the animation to let him be more reactive with it. Awesome. They're just letting him move faster and he's better. This is great. Octane's getting stuff? Oh no. Upgrades. Reckless is removed. Mad Hops moved to level 2. Thick Skin now level 2 and 3. Updated to take 5 less stim damage to reflect that it can be selected twice. Was 25%. Octane has a plus ultra tattoo, so we shouldn't inhibit his ability to double down on his tack or ult. While Reckless was thematically fun, Octane already had one of the best forms of explosive damage mitigation that's less hidden. Stim away. Yeah, because you don't get stunned. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I guess these are the old ones. Yeah, you can see here, Breakout level 2, these ones that are all grayed out. This is what it was before. And this white one here is what it is after. So he's going to gain an extra launch pad charge, and he's going to take 5 less stim damage. Interesting. Let's just look at the new one for Upheaval. Airborne agility, change direction with launch pad, double jump. I feel like this has always been kind of lackluster. We have an Octane player on our main trio. Shout out Rydog. And this just seemed always entirely useless. And Thick Skin is also level 3, so you can take 10 less stim damage instead of just having it percentage based. Interesting. I'm not sure what to think about that. Watson upgrades. Falling stars. Pylons will stop spawning arc stars when her squad is eliminated. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess there's very specific scenarios where that was happening. They probably wanted to cut that out. Split circuit. No longer reduces shield regen capacity. No longer reduces shield regen capacity. A little lost in that terminology here. Wraith. Into the Void and Dimensional Rift. Let's go ahead and take a nice swig of water. Hydration check. Oh no. There's water on my keyboard. We keep going. The show must go on. Wraith. Into the Void and Dimensional Rift. Nearby enemies will be highlighted for traveling through the void. This seems insane. This is going to make kidnapping a lot easier. That's all I have to say about Wraith. I will be playing Wraith. I want to try her out. Broken Moon. Shattered. Okay, so we're done. These are all the legends. And we're going to go on to the maps, the modes, the mixtapes. Do we really even want to go to a lot of this stuff? We might. I'm going to just try to look for what's interesting here, though. We got the rank changes here, so very interesting to look forward to. All players in a pre-made squad, ranked squad, must be within 3 rank tiers of each other, or they'll not be allowed to progress to matchmaking. Cool. No tuning changes to be made to rank scoring for the launch of Upheaval. So the only thing they're changing is that your ranked squad must be within 3 rank tiers, and they're doing nothing. I think they needed to raise the level cap, get the cheaters out of ranked, and you're going to have a happier player base. Obviously, it's a new season. People are going to be playing anyways, but I think I think more needs to be done here for ranked. This is kind of sad. Let's read the dev note too. While we were happy with how Breakout Ranked was received, there's some feedback we want to address for the start of Upheaval. As always, we'll be monitoring feedback and data for any required tuning. Okay, we'll see. I cannot believe they're not changing anything almost. Season reset, where you ended in your last season of ranked will determine where you start in upheaval. Interesting. If you ended your last season of rookie, you'll be reset to 1 RP. If you ended your last season above rookie, so 99% of the player base, you'll be reset to bronze 4. So everybody's going to reset to bronze 4. Kind of interesting. Split timing. Split 2 will take place at the same time as the point 0.1 patch, not a week after like in previous seasons. Cool. So you'll know when Split 2 is coming. This should give you a time for it. Your end of season rewards will be determined by the highest rank tier you achieve during the entire season. So you can just make a solid run for like Pred or Master really early or really late in the season, and you'll still get the ranked rewards for that. I think that's nice. I think that helps people who do not have the option to play this game 24/7. So if you have, what's a split, maybe like 40 days, 45 days, somewhere around there. Anytime in that window of a month and a week, you can kind of grind. Like if you only have a 1 week available, you can make that push, get the hit that rank, keep all those rewards. That's kind of nice. Split rewards. Your season end reward badge will be animated if you match or surpass your split 1 rank in split 2. If you do not achieve this, you'll get the normal version of the badge. That sounds kind of nice. So you could, in split 1, you could place bronze, and then in split 2, you could place silver, and my silver badge will be animated? That's nice. That's pretty much what that sounds, and you can scale it up for all the ranks. So if you hit Master, then your Predator badge will be animated, and if you hit Diamond, then your Master badge will be animated. So either way, you're going to get an animated badge, and that sounds pretty cool. World systems. Improved end ring generation system. Yeah, please. I just saw what happened at ALGS, and that was very sad. I wanted TSM to win, but hey, we digress. We fall back from the ALGS. We wipe our tears, and we look at some of these bug fixes. Equipping an evac tower or mobile respawn beacon will no longer close the inventories of all players in the match. What? That did what? That sounds insane. Firing range. Fix some edge cases where legend change was available when it shouldn't be. Okay. Fix occasional crash and interacting with the enemy's crafted banner. Wow, that was for crashing stuff. Mischief medic no longer appeals as highlighted healer, so I get some skin changes. Olympus. Players can no longer enter exit vault without key. So we thought that maybe Alter, the new legend, would be able to get into vaults with just her Q, and that's not the case. So they thought about that. Survey beacons and ring consoles should now be pingable again from the map. I thought they always were. When hit fire with the devotion, it will now properly track its reticle. Did it not do that before? Ballistic. Duration of Speedy Whistler restored at 2 seconds. Nice. Bloodhound. Passive markers no longer appear for teammates not on player squad. Players once again can be scanned by 2 bloodhounds at the same time. They just fixed that now? I thought that was the beginning. Okay. That should have been here sooner. Catalyst. Fix Dark Veil not charging for a short duration off of spawn. I didn't know that was a thing. Recall audio when the drone is far away from you is audible once again. Sure. Remove drill burn audio for players in the area of effect while phased. Yeah, that was really loud. I noticed that occasionally. Removed Wraith shadows from the void if you aren't playing as Wraith. Okay. I didn't know that was a bug. Watson. Resolve bad spawn points for Arc Star generates from the Falling Star upgrade. Cool. Quality of life. Additional security improvements. Okay. Airdropping replicators now project a beam upward as they're descending to help differentiate from other airdrops. So it's probably just going to be a purple beam instead of a red beam like a care package. Backed by popular demand, you can re-queue at the end of pubs, BR, and mixtape matches. Ballistic. You can now add any lock set weapon to the sling where it will be converted to the proper locked set tier and restored to its original state when being moved out. Red tier is still not allowed. Okay. That makes sense. Deathbox Flyers. Option to automatically ping the location of the Deathbox will be prompted when knocking it from a flyer's grasp. Cool. Improve the choice of consumables that are auto-selected when either reaching full health and reaching full shields or when dropping your last selected item. The new choice should more intelligently select shield consumables or prioritize syringes for quick healing. These changes were made to help new players have more optimal outcomes. Cool. They're just making it easier on the newbies, more newbie friendly. Improved use interactions with doors when self-res is available. Awesome. I cannot wait for that as a controller player who hits square on a down teammate who's near a door and my guy tries reloading instead of closing the door or reviving, and then I stop hitting square, and then I'm reviving and I meant to close the door, and then I actually did need to reload, so I should have hit square. But yeah, this should be nice. Instead of hitting square for 25 different things, hopefully this will be improved. Map spawn audit for all mixtape modes, Phase Runner, Habitat, Thunderdome, Zoo Station. I guess they're just making that easier. Upgraded to the latest version of Easy Anti-Cheat. Why were you not at the latest version of it previously? I need to know. Okay, I think that's a good thing. Pings should now go through all translucent surfaces like Windows. Thank God. There were some Windows that you could ping through, and some Windows you couldn't. And then there's some Windows you could, and it was difficult trying to tell where everybody was at when you're here pinging the window right in front of you. So that's a nice change. Players can now request for grenades. So certain grenades, cool. Works similar to the healing items. Hold the grenade button open to the ordnance wheel. Hover over an ordnance item, select ping. Okay, cool. So just like they do with ammo. We got Thunderdome here. Airdrop location adjustments. Control. Move, see capture point. Okay, don't care about Thunderdome. I hate that map. Graphics. Don't think that's really something that we need. Well, I mean, it is something we need, but I don't think it's something that I care about. Added new map detail PC video setting to adjust the amount of environmental decoration and set dressing. I don't know. They're supposed to make things look nicer here. And then I do want to go over to the artifacts, because if you do not see this, I want to give a very quick introduction. This is how the artifact system is going to work. You're basically, I'm just going to read off here, combine unlock customizations to craft your own guitar. So you have to get the base piece here first with heirloom shards. So you still need heirloom shards. They still do have a purpose. And once you get the base, you then have to spend 10 of these. Oh, I guess they don't have them here. 10 of the exotic shards that we talked about that are purchasable. So I think it's around $40 once you get the original guitar to upgrade it. Get the theme, the power source, the activation emote, and the death box. And they obviously have different styles for different folks. I am personally waiting for a different one. I think the best one here is maybe the Cobalt and the Gladius. But